Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Starsector Pirate's Life. I unfortunately left my microphone on mute for most of this video, so I'm attempting to add some post-commentary here. I remembered I've got a couple of fighters that we had last time. After that fight the Oblivion Lance got damaged, so here I am decking it out again with some point defense lasers. Yeah, some burst PD lasers, tactical lasers in the middle. And then I go really blind, totally miss out on the fact that I've got a heavy pulse laser in storage, and I go ahead and buy heavy mining lasers. I scroll past everything, down. I go, oh look, heavy mining laser. Grab a couple of those, and you'll see in a while that I actually have 3 in storage. Yeah, advanced optics because it's all lasers, and then I remember engines and stabilized shields and resistant flux conduits, and then everything else into flux. It's good, fine and dandy. I forget to add the automatic stuff, but I don't think that's actually relevant because, as you'll see later on, I don't think they're working at the moment, and I change its type from strike to beam. And then I scroll down. Eventually I scroll down. I was checking... What was I checking here? Okay. Oh yeah, I was checking the stabilized shields. I was like, okay, stabilized shields, because the shield upkeep cost is huge on this thing. So I was like, I could make a huge profit if I just put stabilized shields in. The profit's about 3.7 OP essentially worth of flux. So absolutely, definitely put that point in. And it's definitely worth it. And we scroll back down because I need to load out this new Sunder U we picked up. It's got the auto pulse laser built in. So I'm looking around, what can I do for a point defense? And I haven't got Vulcans. I've run out of Vulcans, unfortunately. Which is a kind of recurring theme now. I really want to have the ability to buy a massive stack of Vulcans. So I'm looking around, what are my options? Defensive auto laser. And I scroll down and I see, hang on a second, they've got the miniguns here. And I was like, okay, with the miniguns, what can we do with the miniguns? The miniguns, we can add the point defense AI and see what they can do. I mean, they're really good, they're really accurate, they're really fast firing. So we add the point defense AI in, which is up there. The addition of all those autos at the bottom really sort of screws my perception of where things are on the list. Then I'm seeing what else can we put in here. We have the auto pulse laser, so I want something else. There's nothing else really. The scalar on blasters, I don't have any more of them. And I'm scrolling down, there you go, heavy mining lasers. I've got 3 of them in storage. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I laugh at myself about that and comment on how you all hate me. And then I just, okay, we need some missiles. I only got 1 of those cluster torpedo packs, but I've got quite a few Thunderbolt MRM packs. We put some of those on. Then at the end, we're like, okay, what else can we put on there? I'll just put a burst PD laser. I mean, you can't go much wrong with that. And then we go for stabilized shields, some speed. I'm trying to dish out how much flux do I actually need. It's like, okay, I'm okay with there. If I max out flux, I'll be pretty good with flux on this thing. Which also leaves me enough points for increasing the range and for giving me stabilized flux conduits. And those extra 5 gives me expanded magazines, which is actually really useful with the auto pulse laser and with the burst PD. So I was like, that's fine, that's dandy. And right. Then, okay, that's all done. I wanted just to check how the miniguns do. I was like, okay, so how are these miniguns going to work out? In the concept, I was like, hello, this is actually really decent. I mean, they're actually working out really well as point defense. It's not perfect in the sense that they don't stop all the missiles, but they're stopping a large amount of the missiles. Because they're really accurate, they turn quite quickly, and they do kill missiles relatively fast. And it's fragmentation damage, but missiles don't have much health. I was like, I'm really happy with that. So I go there, I unmothball it, I realize, oh, it hasn't got a name, so I'm going to call it the Blaze of War. Blaze of War, yes, go on. And okay, move them up. Move the Blaze of War up there, and I'll move the Oblivion Lance back up there, and we sort of realize, oh no, it's going to go there. I've got so many destroyers at the moment, and again, yet no more attack cruisers. I need to crew up a little bit more because I unmothballed the Blaze of War. grab some more supplies, spend a lot of cash, but yeah, I think we're alright. Now we head out to Imma, because there's the hit list over there that we need to do, and you can go to Karis and see what's in the store in Karis. And I'm like, hang on, why are we going right over here in the middle of all these things? Might as well leave. I mean, we're being chased by quite a few fleets now. So I thought might as well make an effort to, you know, go out in a sort of relatively safe way. And it's a Friday, I want to make a big fight, and it's a 400,000 credit fight, and I'm trying to figure out what can I do to increase boarding chance, and sort of have a small debate with myself about, okay, it says plus 100% boarding chance, but does that mean it's a success rate of a boarding attempt, or is it the actual chance of having a boarding thing happen? And I don't know, because the situation remains that I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to increase your boarding success chance within the game, rather than modding files. And as HG Scout said, apparently if you mod the files too much, like, it can really change the balance of like having an attempt after every single fight, which can really increase your fleet hugely. And then, okay, I want to leave now, and then just as I leave, a Hegemony Hunter fleet with an onslaught turns up. I was like, yeah, I think I made it out of there just in time. And we're making, what's the best way to get to Imma? Down and over, or I think we could probably make it if I go through the top, depending on whether there's a storm cloud there or not. I managed to sneak through here, thankfully, with no storm clouds. And I'm looking, can I make it through the top? And that's the Hunter fleet that's still following me. And yeah, just checking what's there. That's a Knights Templar fleet that doesn't hate me. And okay, so I said, like, I can go through the bottom or I can go through the top if it's lucky. So I decided I'm gonna visit the top, see what it's like, and if it's possible, I'll go through the top. If not, I'll go through the bottom. I'm like, okay, let's go through here. I hit a storm at the very last second, unfortunately, but I managed to get through otherwise unscathed, which was quite nice. I'm just seeing other fleets that are around. Nothing big, nothing scary. Merit Strike Fleet. I'm just checking where this person is. It's near Vischacha, so okay, we'll see. Where's Vischacha? Imma's over there. Vischacha's over there. And then Karis, I think, is closer to this place. So Karis is closer to my point I'm currently at. So you know what? I'm going to jump in here. And it turns out it's a lie. That actually, no, I am far closer to Vischacha than I am to Karis. It's like, oh, fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Vischacha and see what this fleet is like. It's a 400,000 credit fleet, 421,000 credit fleet, so I want to see what it's like. So they're there just deciding what to do. I'm like, okay, we'll head over there. It's 421,000, so it's probably a tough fight. And I'm not sure if it's going to be like a massive like brawl fight or what's it going to be. So, okay, we'll go there, see what it's like. If it's something I'm not equipped for, I'm basically going to head over to Karis and load up. Then we make our way over to Vischacha. And okay, there it is. So what do we have over there? If we stop and take a look at it, it's like I try to identify a lot of the fighters. I can identify most of the fighters now. I can see quite a few of them, and not a lot of them seem to be bombers. The ones I can recognize are not bombers. So I'm thinking, okay, so they've got the Astral, they have the Desazel Shell, and the one Diablo one I can't remember the name of at the time. And I'm trying to identify what it is. So I open up the codex and basically going, okay, so it's a capital ship that the Diablo Avionics have, and I'm going through them trying to see if the name jumps out at me. It's not a Maelstrom. It's not a... Just start clicking random ones now. It's not the Pandemonium, because the Pandemonium is arcade only. You don't think you can get Pandemonium in the actual game. I think it only turns up in the arcade mission. Not the arcade, the mission. The Desert Rochelle over there. Oh, there we go. It's the Storm-class battle carrier that actually has 4 flight decks. I was like, I would really like this ship, actually. It's speed 7, so I need to get another tug for it. But I would really like getting a Storm-class battle carrier. It's, yeah. I like the look of Diablo Avionics ships, and, you know what? I would love to have that. It's got 4 flight decks. I think it'd be fantastic. And I know, okay, so they have also got an Astral, so it could be quite a scary flight. It could be quite a scary fight. But, so we'll head over to Karis. We'll head over to Karis and see. And then I go, whoa, it's pinging. It's pinging. Oh, hang on. No, it's leaving. It's leaving. I gotta fight this thing now. It's trying to fly around. I'm not gonna chase it afterwards. We need to fight this thing now. So I go, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a quick save. Just in case anything goes wrong. Just in case, like, it's a complete disaster. Spoilers, it's not a complete disaster. And because I'm recording this now, clearly everything's fine. But, okay, so I'm checking what they've got. They've got Talons, they've got Venoms, which have the double Vulcans, basically. Then they have the Scutums. It's really hard because this narration software, everything's really out of focus. But I'm basically just going through all of them. It's like, okay, so nothing's really major supports. They have the SRMs, Draconarius, Cyphos, Rads, and crates. And like, I really like the crates. I think I would not mind getting some crate heavy fighter wings. They're pretty decent. And then we're going, oh, some Warthogs and a couple of Heifays. Yeah, then I go, okay, ooh, what's this? The Constrictor. That's basically a double longbow, right? The longbow has one. Sable, this has two. Okay, so fine. Yep. And there we have the Halberd. Then we have fighter wings and Shrike Hunter Killer wings. Okay, so actually they don't have any bombers. Nothing like proper bomber-like. Okay, so that's a lot better. That's actually a lot better. They're like, okay, so we have the Lao Hu. Okay, fine and dandy. Nothing special over there. It's a Lao Hu. Vigilance. What do the Vigilance have? They actually have flare burst launchers and PDs, and basically not very useful weaponry at all. It's like, okay, it's a Lasher D. Nobody cares about a Lasher D. Decurion has a couple of heavy needlers. That's a bit of thing to worry about. Bedlington, okay. Vapor has basically a couple of telemotor cannons, and like, okay, you've got not a lot of flux capacity, so that Vapor is actually going to suffer with the flux capacity. Then a vanilla Scarab, which will always lose in my mind to the Blackrock Scarab. I'll never call it a Weevil. And then there's a Calm class, basically a missile ship with a lot of harpoons on it. It's like, okay. And then the Maximus class with built-in fusion pulse weapons. And it's like, okay, fine. Archer, again, surprised. It's two large missiles. It's two missiles on the side are flare burst launchers. Okay, so its main armament has disappeared. Then several sort of albatrosses, most of them PD focused. So okay, fine, they're PD focused. You've got a lot of kinetic weapons on you, if I remember correctly. You've got Tellum and some heavies and stuff. Then you got a nice mishmash. You've got HVDs and a heavy mauler. Okay, you've got a high intensity laser on Mr. Runaway Clade class. Then you go to the Desert Arcel. It's like, okay, whoa, okay, so you have two Hurricanes. Okay, okay, that's a bit of a worry. Okay, fair enough. Two Hurricanes. Keep an eye on that. Definitely priority target one. The Storm is mostly okay. I don't think we realize anything bad about it. It's not very fast. So I think it's okay. Nothing major happened with it. And the Astral. The Astral, like, okay, so what's the damage on the Astral? Like, okay. It's a heavy ballista launcher. That's fine. That's one large missile. And where's the other large missile? The Typhoon Reaper? But that's a medium size, surely. I'm like, okay, that's the ballista launcher, and that's the large, and then that's the Typhoon, but that should be a large as well. But I'm fairly sure that the Typhoon is a medium. So it's okay. It's purposefully underdone it. So I'm pointing out the other weapons. There's a mining blaster there, the LRPD lasers there, the burst lasers there. Just pointing out all the little weapons on it, and like, okay, so it's definitely not used both large missiles properly. So I think we can probably do this at this point. I'm like, yeah, we can do this. Go nuts. Full combat deployment, of course, but let's go nuts. I mean, this Astral is not geared out properly. If it was geared out with also more Hurricane Mervs and stuff like that would be more interesting, but it's not. Let's totally do this. Okay, full combat deployment. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we want to have at least a bit of speed and a little damage, so those things are quite close to our starting area, so we'll put capture orders on those, and, you know, rally carrier there and there, fighter rendezvous right there, and because the defending tactic has worked so well for us, a single defend point. I mean, we've been doing quite well by focusing on a single location, so you know what, we're going to go for a full-on defense tactic. I fly like a brick, so before long I'll remember to activate my maneuvering jets just to get some semblance of speed. There we go. With maneuvering jets on, I am on the low end of decent. With maneuvering jets off, I do nothing. So, shield up, just in case. It's a front shield, so I haven't really got any macro-managing to do with it. Keep it up, and let's go. And okay, they've taken some of the comm relays and sensor arrays. We've got the nav buoy and the sensor array ourselves. And the comm... Okay, we've gotten quite close. We're all sort of clumping together, though. That's one problem with the defense tactic, is we all tend to clump up in a single area, which means we can get in each other's way. But I think we sort of slowly get around that. Okay, we started firing. And luckily those the drones on the Oblivion lands can actually fire through people, because they've got such fighters, their beams go through ships, which is actually really cool. Okay, so you're dealing with that over there, and then we're just going to keep going up here. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Trust on the trust our point defenses to do. Basically, a lot of this fight is weathering the storm of fighters. We try to take out a couple of things here and there, but first it's just a lot of fighters. A lot of fighters. And we're kind of at the front lines now, so we've arrived, we're kind of engaging. My frame rate really doesn't like this. So many fighters, so many missiles, my frame rate starts tanking a little bit. That's not too bad, we're just focusing on seeing who's doing what. Okay, so that's there. Oh, the Des Ajar shell, that's up there. That's a bit of a worry, and I'm like, okay, oops, the Gust is in trouble now, because the Gust can't retreat. There's the Dominator right behind it. The Gust can't back out. We're bunching up way too much. So I sort of get out of the way slightly. I move to one side, just hopefully to give the Gust a bit of space. So, okay, that Gust is there, fine. Good. I try a missile salvo against the Des Ajar shell. I think I managed to get it to overload. No, we managed to get some nice missiles in front of it. It's really difficult to get shots to hit because there's so many things in the way. Before long, we have so many like fighter corpses flying around that missiles are really difficult to hit with. But no, we've given the Des Ajar shell a piece of our mind, and you can see it's turning there. He's making to run away. The storm is up on the top right as well, so that's joining the fun. But at the moment, it's just a complete madness of fighters. On and off. It's like, whoa, madness there. The Lash is already out of missiles. Again, I only had 4, fair enough. But it's out of missiles. We keep losing and retaking this sensor array. But okay, no, the Bourgeois is there. Windrunner's taking care of it. Okay, so we're all kind of grouped up. No one's really out of it nowhere. Everyone's in a really good position at the moment. So, like, okay, let's deal with this. It's nice and steady, nice and slow. The Maximus is over there taking fire. Okay, so we're just focusing on the absolute carnage that is going on at the moment. Yeah, so the enemy takes that sensor array, at which point I think one of the other frigates gets tasked to take it back as well. Or is it maybe one of the fighter wings? Like, fine, that's fine. We're just nice and slow, just taking it nice and easy. Just trying to find out what to do here. Okay, right. No one's really expanded. The column is sort of snuck in the back. So, like, okay, you take care of that column, you know? Just, you can probably take out the column. Chanzi can column, probably Chanzi will do it. Chanzi has got really nice point defense as well. It's got sort of double the point defense of the Sunder. It's like, okay, so take care of that column. Once that column's out of missiles, it can't really do anything. And, whoop, see the Des Ajar shell, we've made that leave. So that's one of the 3 capital ships gone. Oop, the Gus is doing some nice shots into that Albatross. They managed to kill the archers up there, but the archer isn't really armed with anything useful. I mean, the double flare burst launcher really doesn't help it out much. A few like fights here, ships here and there. Like a lot of my weapons are locked front. I mean, the only weapon I have that's really like turnable is the Tillum. Really, everything else is kind of fixed forward. Oop, the Scarab is down. We take a couple of frigates here and there. We lose a couple of fighter wings, but no, we're doing too well. Like at the moment, we're currently definitely ahead. Take down another frigate. The Maximus is down, and just seeing sort of what we can do, right? Like every once in a while, I try to fire a burst of missiles. I think I tried to fire some banishes before, but there were so many things in the way there was no point. I see my flux sort of build up here. Like, okay, my flux is building up. I got to be a little bit careful about this. A little bit careful. I'm just trying to keep that sort of enforcer sort of punished at the moment. we got the sensor array back again. So we started taking out some of their fighter wings now. Good. So venting out, make sure I don't get overfluxed. Fluxing out would be a very bad idea, so, you know, focus on staying alive. The vigilance there, maybe we can take the vigilance out quickly. Just checking sort of who's doing what, just checking on the map about who's doing a lot of this stuff. No, okay, so they're all doing that. You're taking care of that. The Dawnbreaker is tasked to fighting fighters if it's not doing anything, so let it do its own thing. Oh, there you go, the vigilance is down. A couple of fighters here and there get wrecked. There's a Praetorian there that needs to die. And yeah, at the moment we're really okay. We lose the Dadows. The Dadows tend to die quite quickly, in my opinion. I think they're quite aggressive. At which point I realize, the Dominator's getting a bit of a pummeling over there. Dominator's getting a bit of a pummeling. Gotta get over there, gotta help him out, gotta bring my point defense cannons to help him out. So I just start turning slowly. At some point I'll turn on my maneuvering thrusters. There we go, maneuvering thrusters online. Just getting closer and closer to that Dominator just to ease it up, you know, just to give it a bit of point defense cover. Fire a couple of missiles off just to help out a bit. Our frigates start going into CR loss. They're not low CR, they're just starting to lose CR because the fight goes on for quite some time. Like, okay, so we've got the Storm there, sitting in its face for the time being, just sitting there. Dominator's taking 50% hull damage, but like, it's still there. It's still holding. It just vented at a bad moment. The Clade is down as well. I flex out basically, scaring away the Storm. I flex out by scaring away the Storm. But there's no really big weapons sort of headed my way at the moment, so I take the moment to vent. I've got a lot of hull and a lot of armor actually, so I don't mind too much taking the odd hit here and there. And okay, the Archer's like, okay, give it a bit of oomph. It's venting, but I managed to hit it with one of the banishes. It's like, okay, so it's there, punish it, hit it with, it's fluxed out. All you need to do. I'm running out of missiles here. If I haven't yet, I've run out of javelins, probably already. So all I've got left is a few sabos and my banishes. It does look like I'm pretty much out of javelins at this point. A lot of my frigates not going to start going to lowered combat readiness because this is a long fight. This fight's been going on for about 8 minutes now, 8.5 minutes. So it's a tricky little fight. But I said we are totally doing this. I mean, we haven't lost much. We hadn't lost anything. We've lost a couple of fighter wings, if that. Our point defense focus is really paying out. I mean, this thing, the Captain Deadpool is taking a lot of things, not necessarily doing a lot of damage, but keeping a lot of things busy and weathering a lot of the storm, which is the important bit, you know. And every once in a while, when the super heavy machine gun joins in the fun, like that's a lot of nice stuff. Oh, those might be my last javelins, just to get it into finishing off that thing. Civil Disobedience overload, so I'm like checking, where are you? Where are you? Okay, Civil Disobedience, you're down there, but you're facing against that Decurion who has double heavy needlers. Okay, so that's why you're fuxing out. Double heavy needlers, not a lot of hull damage there, so it's okay. And me and the Gust up here, just flanking from behind, making sure we clear out everything. The Vapor there, Praetorian there, a couple of Albatrosses. Not really worried about these guys. Again, they're pretty much decked out entirely for point defense, which means that they can't do much damage to me, and if I just sit on them, they'll die eventually. Took out a Lasher D, and just sort of seeing what we can do, you know? Just sitting down there, okay, and I go, okay, so the Borzoi is on danger of malfunction because its CR is so low. So I'm saying, okay, so where is it? It's over there. And I'm thinking, okay, so the auto-wing should be making it retreat, so I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a pause, see if it issues a retreat order. Okay, Lasting Ember is now in danger. Okay, we took down an Albatross. And firing missiles away, just keeping them busy. Oh, took out the Albatross and like, hang on, whoa, hold the phone. Yeah, that hasn't retreated yet, so retreat order for you. Okay, you haven't actually retreated, so I'm going to give you a retreat order. I'm just trying to give you a retreat order just to things that I'm checking that have low CR. So Bishop, you two and you have low CR. You're okay. We've managed to CR out the Bedlington completely. That Bedlington has no CR in it already. So I'm just okay. So that's happening there. The Dawnbreaker is also in danger of malfunction. So we'll say, actually, no, you're right there. Might as well just leave. Quickly get out. We've weathered most of the storm. I mean, the fight has slowed down a lot. My frame rate has climbed back up. We managed to hit this guy with one banish. The banish on the side, I might swap that out actually, because the banish on the front I can hit with. The banish on the side is a lot longer to fly, which makes it a lot harder to hit with, unless it's a massive target. So okay, so look, okay, we've cleared out some things. The Dawnbreaker's gone. The Gunboat Diplomat is lowering its CR, but it's still at CR 80, so it's fine. That Vapor is going to die real soon. Probably to my laser, I think. Then like, okay, you know what? We've pretty much cleared everything out. The Astral's still around. The fight isn't over yet. That was I was checking when the main menu came up. I was like checking if the fight was over yet. It's not over yet. The Astral hasn't left yet. So we need to basically fight out the Astral. The Plane of War has got low combat readiness. And, okay, so you get to leave. Okay, so let's try to find out where the Astral is. Probably on this side of the map. It's probably up in the top right, just basically based on where fighters have been coming from. And based on the areas of the map we're not in. So I just keep flying off over to the top right of the map, just seeing what we could find. Then eventually I think I'll see ballista missiles. Okay, so you can take out that, and you can join in the fun. And okay, it must be up there, right? There's no other place that could be. It's probably up there. So again, keeping maneuvering thrusters up when possible. See the odd fighter, see the ballistas at the bottom there. I was like, okay, so he's definitely in this direction. He's definitely up here somewhere. There's several fighter wings, and we saw the odd ballista trail. Maybe he's by those points? Probably not. But the fighters here have no backups. They're all at CR0. So those fighters are pretty much just dead waiting to happen. And because I've got so much point defense, you know what, I'm going to go up there. Given where those fighters are right now, those rads and stuff, it's probably up there. So we're just going to head over. Just checking that the Hanzong actually had enough CR. No, it's actually fine. It's lowering CR, but it doesn't mean it's got low CR. So we can probably fight for a while longer. It's like, okay, that's right. So ballista's firing. A lot of point defense weapons firing off on my end, because I've been chased by quite a few fighters at this point. Still trying to find it. It's like, I don't know where it is. Where is it? I don't see it. Where did it go? Is it just tucked into a corner somewhere? Nope. The Gust is there. At some point I just go, you know what, just go search and... Oop, there it is. We found it. It's over there. Hasn't really been doing anything. I can't do much to it, but it can't do anything to me, so we're just sort of sitting there just looking at each other, to be honest. And, okay, so just a couple of more point defense fire. My point defense is quite good, if I do say so myself, at the moment. Especially with this no bombers to deal with. We're just sitting there, I'm just putting beams at it, it's just firing a lightning gun at me. Nothing much is happening at this point, so we're just basically... I'm keeping it busy. And I mean, you know what? Yeah, everyone's gone on search and destroy already, so I just task some more ships to take care of this. Like, come over here. Everyone put a severe, like, engage order on this thing. I was, like, doing specific ships, like, yeah, screw specific ships and engage order. Let's take this out. I can't kill it. Best I can do is basically put a couple of banishes here and there, just with them impacting. I wasn't sure if the banishes were going to hit because it's got all the PD drones. But it tried to launch a Reaper at me, didn't manage. My PD managed to succeed it. I fired a lot of sabers at it just to get its flux up. And I'm just firing off like banishes off cooldown now, because it is a big slow target, so I can actually hit it quite well. And, whoop, it's almost dead now. It's got high, it's about to flux out. One banish will do it. Ooh, that banish got killed, but the Gust got it in the end. Like, okay, good. Right, so we need to chase after it because we need to kill out that storm. We didn't actually lose anything. They have a lot of fighter wings on 0 CR. We have 5 fighter wings on 0 CR, and a lot of our ships have low CR, so I have to decide, well, what are we going to chase them with? Who can actually go out and fight? And I'm looking around and thinking, okay, so I can go out and fight. That can go out and fight. You can go out and fight. I'm like, okay, I can go out and fight. How fast is the storm? Like, how fast is the storm? The storm, like, I need to catch the storm. How fast is the storm? I know I can get up to 160. That's got a speed of 40. I can outrun the storm. So, okay, let's go out. Big ships, I can go out. That can go out. That can go out. And I'm sort of deciding based on experience and supplies, trying to minimize supply usage, just making sure that A, I don't oversend, and I don't undersend either. So I'm sort of deciding, okay, so we can use you, but hang on, you need experience. So turn on you, and you need experience as well, so we'll send you. And I think we decided that we didn't send the Hujing as well, to the Chanzi. Yeah, we sent the Chanzi because the Chanzi needs experience, right? I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, we send out... Come on, what do I do now? I'm just deciding what to send and what to keep. I think I don't send the Chanzi because the Chanzi has like under 50% CR. Like, okay, let's not send the Chanzi. Just the 5 of us, we can do it. Like I said, priority target is the is the storm. That's the one we want to deal with. That's the one that needs to die. So I'm just basically just dealing with that right now. And it doesn't take long, to be honest. I mean, the fighters are low CR, so every time we kill the fighters are dead. They've got their the frost support wing, but that doesn't last long either. I've taken quite a bit of damage. I mean, I've taken a lot of... That thing actually has quite a bit of kinetic damage. That okay, so I took a bit of a pummeling at the front, but it's not too bad. The gust actually comes to help me out, I think. It's trying to do that. But we just sit down in front of it, a couple more, like, banishes, overload it, and then it just takes a bit more damage. And like, okay, so that's that done. So who else can we catch up to? We can catch up to the Des Ajacel, maybe? So the next few minutes of this fight, it's basically me running after the Des Ajacel, realizing that as long as I've got my maneuvering thrusters on, and it's got flux, I am faster than it. So we're all trying to keep its flux high. I try to send out some javelins, but I realize he's beyond my javelin fuel range. So here I'm trusting my Jamarans, Trebuchets, and LRMs basically to keep it fluxed, so to keep it slow. To keep it at a speed where I can catch up to it. And it takes a while. It takes a considerable while just firing and patiently using basically my maneuvering thrusters pretty much off cooldown. The second they're available again, I fly out, because a lot of the fighters are retreating. That thing is desperate to leave. I would love to pick it up. I mean, having another carrier, another capital ship, regardless of what it is at this point, just another capital ship just to tank the HP damage would be very nice. I was like, why is the gust not going out? Go and chase the damn thing. You're faster than I am. We're basically chasing it and getting closer. More fighters are leaving. It's like, okay, the vigilance left. Okay, well, no, we've got it inside. We can see it now. We can see it now. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, we can see it. Oh, we got some more javelins. Oh, and we managed to get some shots into the engine compartment. Oh, another shot there. More javelins. Basically, it's dead now. It's pretty much flamed out. Yeah, and we got it. And, yeah, look, okay, so we can head back. Of course, we have 3 capital ships, and what we managed to get is the Enforcer. It's a good destroyer, though, so I'll pick it up. We can always use an extra Enforcer. And, loading up an extra prisoner. Fantastic. 2 Hurricane Mervs, which is really nice. Some sledge cannons, nothing really major. Single Vulcan. Other than that, nothing much else is of importance. And I level up. Wondering where to put my points in. I said, you know what? Let's go some points into the fighters. The fighters are actually very useful, very helpful, and if they make them take less damage and you lose less crew, that might be a good thing. And very, very soon is when I realize I've muted my mic. Because I look over to see how much time I've been recording for, and I realize it's been about 33 minutes, and this moment is when I realize the mic's off. So, yeah. Welcome back to my voice. Oh god, I muted my microphone through all of that. This is horrible. I muted my microphone through all of that. Are you kidding me? I need to find out when I muted my microphone. Such a good episode as well. Oh, okay. Oh well, right, let's quickly do admin here, and then I'll find out what the damage, and maybe do some post voiceover narration. I'll see how it goes. Okay, how are we at? That's fine, that's fine. What can we buy off you? Many supplies. We just got paid a ton as well. Stack of Vulcans. Stack of Vulcans? No stack of Vulcans. Can I have a stack of Vulcans? Now's one of those moments I want Omnifactory, you know, just so I can get my stack of Vulcans. Ships. Why is it a D? Why is it a Dominator D? Curses. Curses, I say. Well, I'll see what the damage is when I muted my microphone, and either you'll never hear this because I recorded everything again, or I'll catch you guys next week, folks. See you then. Bye.